What's Papa locking you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful BEA beautiful people? Your boy the Vuslap is in the building, and that means it is the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge as we roll on in the Europa Conference League. Listen. League form has been pretty bad. I'm not going to lie to you. Our league form hasn't been great. Our Conference League form, well, that's also been pretty bad. We've been struggling. We've been struggling quite a bit. Hopefully, the next two games, we can change our fortunes around and maybe crack that top 8 and get out of that playoff section where we're currently in. You guys need to watch the video. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. It's coming up. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Like I said, our form in the Conference League hasn't been great. We find ourselves in 18th place. We're not guaranteed a playoff spot just yet. We are 6 points. Listen, we're only 2 points behind Nice in 8th, but there's a lot of results that need to go our way in order for us to break that top 8. If we can get in the top 24, I suppose that's a start. I mean, we're not expecting to win the whole thing, but at least have a decent showing. Considering the teams that beaten us, I'm not too bad. Levesque Sofia is one of them, and Sturm Guts was another one. We can have a look at our form since the last episode, which was the Levia Sofia game. And then we beat Vardar Skopje 5-1 in the Conference League. Since then, though, you can see it's been, some doubt has been creeping in. We drew with Standard Liège 2-2. We then bounced back, beating SK Rosale in the Corky Cup 7th round 5-1. We then drew with Anderlecht 1-1. We then beat Slovan Bratislava 4-1. We beat Ral Larouve 2-0. We then lost to Ghent 2-0 in a weird match. This match was horrible. We beat Charleroi 2-1 in the league. We then lost to Sturm Graz 3-0 in the Europa Conference League. We drew with Genk 0-0. We beat Crossing Schaerbeek 3-0 in the Corky Cup. And our most recent game, one that really grates me a lot because it took us 89 minutes to score a goal. We drew with Beerschot 1-1. Beerschot are in relegation battle. We were top of the table before that match. We are now 1 point behind Ghent. We do have a game in hand over Ghent. Same amount of points as Genk, but they've got a game in hand over us and a game over Genk. So, in essence, with a goal difference of just 3 goals, it could be going down to the wire for the title race in those 2 last Champions League spots where we're kind of at the moment. And that's kind of where I want to be at the moment in terms of the league. In terms of the Europa Conference League and today's game, we've got 2 games. We've got SC Volendam and Dila Gori, the last 2 games in the Europa Conference League. We do have Club Brugge in between those 2 games, which we're not going to worry too much about it. I kind of need these 2 victories to take on Volendam, currently sitting in, I think they were in one of the playoff spots, if I'm not mistaken. They're 31st. They're not in the playoff spots. Dila Gori was the one I thought was in the playoff spot. They're just outside. But anyway, we've got Volendam first. This is the team that is going to start against Volendam. We do need to make some changes in the sense that Spitels is on the bench and I want him on. So Spitels and Jorge. It is a home game for us. We obviously choose the home game strategy. Jorge Enrique is still recovering from measles, so Mugen will start in that one. Not ideal, but I guess it's needed. And then I want Buston to start ahead of him. And the rest of the team looks good. So that's it. It's Bosenga in goals. Kadari, Mbongo, Marsapal, Van Alst, Yin Sharoon, Baston, Zadvaka, Spitalis, Morgan, and Grania. Let's jump into it. This is a big one for us. We need to win this one. I need Mugen to start scoring some goals. Only scoring 3 so far. In terms of goals, I mean, most of them coming from Spitalis and Jorge Enrique. Jorge Enrique not 100% fit for this one. And then you can see Zadakovic and Alradi have both chipped in. Alradi's kind of become a regular in that left wing position. Grania, of course, only 19 years old, still developing, still becoming a star player for us. Whereas Alradi is currently playing at his full potential, and he has just been on very good form. Considering only 9 finishing, he's done a decent job in finishing. And you know what? On the assist side as well, 5 assists from his games that he's played is not a bad return at all. If you compare him to Grania with only 2 goals, 1 game in 16 games this season in all competitions. So yeah, not a deal, but let's go to the game. Taking on FC Volendam. We need to win this one. It is a very important game for us. And I've realized I've never actually shown you guys the Conference League, little packages and videos that we see. So here we go. This is the entrance to the Conference League, the round of 16. I like how they show the table. That's quite cool. And yeah, I don't think I've actually even got to watch it either. Apparently there's a song. I had no idea there was a Conference League song, but there we go. Sponsored by Decathlon. It is the UEFA Conference League. As our players come out. This is a big momentous occasion because, like I said, we need a victory here. We need to try and get into that top 8. We can only hope that teams in the top 8 have more difficult games than the teams ahead of us. And we can somehow crack that code and break into the top 8 so we don't have to have 2 extra games in the knockout phases, because obviously there's a home and away leg. And it would be nice to just go straight through to the round of 16 without having to play the playoff round, I guess, in essence. And you know what, it's just less games. Our players are tired. We don't have a big squad. We don't really have depth in the squad either. We can't sign anyone come January either. I mean, we're still negative 3.5 million in debt. So yeah, we've got quite a bit that we need to sort out. That's a free kick for them. Grania will bring it forward as far as Spitels, who is joint top goal scorer this season with Jorge Enrique. Crosses it in. Clement Morgan puts his 2nd goal in the Conference League. Only his 4th goal in the entire season. And that was all Spitels. 10 minutes 30 in, and Spitels did the job that needed to be done. A good little flick, finding Morgan. And you know what? We'll take it. Absolutely, we'll take that. Good finish. Good, solid finish. And you know what? Maybe this is a step forward, a good, solid step forward. I'm not focusing too much on the other results because, honestly, I don't really know how many teams above us actually need to lose. We can look at the last game of the season and see if we can actually crack in, but at least for the league phase last game. But a result like this does mean we will have at least a playoff spot, I think, guaranteed going into the last game. Again, like I said, I don't want that playoff spot. I want to be top 8. Zarkovic moves it forward, looking for options, goes deep, looking for Grania. Oh, that was close. That was close. I felt it. I felt it in my bones there a little bit. Roovers for them now, moving it forward. I didn't actually check where Volendam are from. I think they're in the Netherlands. Must check that afterwards. I don't actually check where they were from. Grania goes in. Beautiful cut in. Nicely done from the Uruguayan. Takes the chance and absolutely. I mean, the keeper got a hand to that, actually. So shout out to the keeper for saving that. Where are they from? The Netherlands, of course. I mean, I could have guessed that. Volendam, Netherlands, makes sense. Marcipa to Mbongo. Mbongo goes over the top to looking for Grania. Ian Shoran to Kaduri. Goes across to Mbongo. Over the top, looks for Spitels. Beautiful little header. Ali Spitels makes it our top goal scorer for the season. A beautiful little tap-in header. What a pass there from Kaduri. I think it was actually Mbongo. Was it Mbongo? Yeah, it was Mbongo. Beautiful little cross over the top from the centre-back. I thought he was going to try and chest it down. He was like, nah. I'll take that header. I'll score that header. And this is the inconsistent form that I've been talking about. You can see when he showed you the fixtures, we've been a bit inconsistent. I suppose the teams that we did draw against are top teams besides Beerschot. They're not difficult, not easy teams to beat, and they're difficult teams to break down. Volendam, of course, on the lower end of the Conference League table. So, in essence, maybe we were expecting a victory in this one. I feel like we were expecting a good victory here. Bosega will go deep to Kaduri. Zerkovic goes long. Spitels is onside here. He's got options in the box. His first touch was terrible. Brings it in. Zerkovic takes the shot and he just smashed it into the back of the leg of the defender. I feel like there was better options from Zerkovic. Mugen with the corner. Really need him to kick off properly. Zerkovic back to Mugen. He's onside. Brings it in. Takes the shots. And like I said, we really need him to kick off. And Clement Mugen puts it in the back of the net. And the reason I say we really need to kick off is Jose Enrique has a release clause, and he is wanted at the moment. So there is something we got to keep in the back of our minds. And the thing is, if we do sell him, we probably won't get enough money to replace him and bring in transfers, because we got the negative 3.5 million, and we only have 20% retention of that fee. So unless we get something like 40 million for him, which I don't see it being possible, we probably won't be able to sign a replacement. So we really need Mugen to really step up and become that elite striker that we signed him for. And we're spending the £7,500 a week on him. We desperately need him to start kicking off and really start scoring some goals, because at the moment 18 games 3 goals is not ideal. Now what, 19 goals, 19 games, 5 goals sounds a little bit better, but it's still not ideal, is it? We kind of expect a little bit better return from the man. It is about 62 minutes in. I'm thinking of starting to make some substitutes. In fact, I will make those substitutes. Grania has not been playing well. Herman, who's been playing a little bit on that left-hand side, can come in. And then you know what, elsewhere, and Ulster's looking a bit tired. We'll bring in Ferrari to come in there. And you know what, Marcipar's looking a bit tired as well. We'll bring in Romero to play there. He's been playing a couple of games there, Romero. We've been giving him a few games in and around the Conference League as well as the league as well. 7 games in the league, 3 starts as well. I think Marcipar was injured for those couple of games. And a couple in the Corky Cup. You know, just those 2 swaps for now. We'll keep an eye out on the rest as the game progresses. Zorkovic and Kaduri both on a yellow card on that right-hand side. Makes me a little bit nervous. And they've got a free kick now. It is near our half, and there is some big meaty men in there. This guy looks huge. Who's this? Barton Ostad is huge, but it doesn't go to him. It goes to Ruvers instead. That man was massive. I don't know, it's just that they were standing maybe next to like one of our shortest players in Yin. I think Yin is one of the shorter ones. If it was a... Can't even find the guy that he was standing next to. It was this one here. Who's that? Buston. He was standing next to Buston. Excuse me. Mugen now moving it forward on a hat-trick. He's got options in the box. He's going to go at it alone. Hammond. Sorry, not Hammond. Clement Mugen picks up his hat-trick. And maybe this is the catalyst that we needed. He did that all by himself, by the way. Picked it up from deep in our half, brought it out, cut inside, made Durez look like a Muppet on ice skates. And what a finish from Mugen. Finally cracking the code to scoring those goals. It was something we desperately needed. We're going to make some more swaps. I'm going to use the last 2 swaps. Kaduri on the yellow can come off. Nielsen can come on there. Neeson, rather. And you know what? The swap we've done offered Massar to come in there for Ian Sharon, who has played well, but we need to give him a little bit of rest. Mbongo to Romero. Back to Mbongo. Romero. I'm a little bit getting ill, so excuse the coughing and the sneezing. Bustin with a little chipper header. And on Bustin scores his first Conference League goal. And I tell you what, 5-0 looks an absolute sensation at the moment. A beautiful cross from Mbongo again. It's the second time he's done it in this game. It's the second time he's found one of ours to header it over the goalkeeper. who's having an absolute nightmare of a showing at the moment. And there's a kickoff highlight. Can we get 6? Who knows? Honestly, I'd like a clean sheet in this one. Just to really hammer down how good defensively we've been. Because we have actually been quite good defensively. We've been a team difficult to break down. Long ball forward. Gets dealt with easily by Mbongo. Zarkovic finding Spitals. He's got Mugen ahead of him. Doesn't need him. Beats his man easily. Now can try and do the cross, but not known for his wide play. Let's put it like that, Spitals. He was easily dispossessed there. Kone goes long for them. Ruvers breaks through. Trying to put our clean sheet at risk there, but with shots like that, I'm not too bothered. I'm honestly not too bothered about shots like that. I can do those all day for all I care. Neeson looking for Zarkovic on that wing. Beautiful cross in there. Was trying to find over the top. Basically saying, Mongo can do it, I can do it as well. Broughton Ostad finds Lucas. They're taking their time with this build-up. They're not giving up, I'll give them that. They have been playing quite well, despite being 5-0 down. Kone. Oh, gets this possessed so easily by Romero. Herman. Not sure what he was doing there. Kone with the chance. Luck Ruvers, his 5th goal of the campaign, and I think talking about all the clean sheets that we're gonna have, I think, and defensively how good we've been. Herman there proved why we've not been good at defense. At Ferrari, just let Kone run right through. Good finish. Good finish. I'm really dying here with my throat at the moment. I'm trying to keep it going for you guys. Zarkovic finds Neeson. Mossart goes over the top. Same move as Mbongo. Well, with a few minutes left to go of the game. We're not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad at all. Yes, they scored. Yes, it was an ideal. We'll take a 5-1 victory, though, any day of the week. That's good. That's good. Let's see where it puts us in the Conference League. Hopefully, one step closer to those top 8 spots. I think some teams haven't played. Mugen Stars. Well done, Mugen. I believe you might have earned your spot. Well, we're 12th. We just missed out on automatic playoff position at least. But we are just 1 point behind top 8. Which means we need... We've got 9, 10, 11, 12. Anyone from Olympia Liana, Levskila Sofia, Rapid Vienna, Nice, Fenerbahce, Club Brugge, Dynamo Pridgeski, Sturm Graz, and Ludgats, Razgrad, and Braga. Boy, except for those two, we need 2 teams above us to lose a game. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that one. We'll come back for the Dila Gori game, who are also in fighting to get into the top 24. So it's going to be a close one. I did notice something, though, on the messages. Spitels is injured. 2 days. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We've got Club Brugge in 2 days, so you'll miss that game. But we'll be back in a week's time for Dila Gori. See you then. Right, folks, we're back for our final game of the episode, taking on Dila Gori. Before we get into that, we beat Club Brugge 4-2 in the league with 10 men. That's right, we were 4-2 down, 3-2 down rather. Kaduri got sent off, and somehow we scored a 4th goal in the 95th minute. Don't really know how we did that, but we did that, which means we are now tied at the top with Genk. We do still have a game in hand over Ghent, but Genk have a game in hand over us. So we're hoping that they kind of lose their game in hand. I don't know how it's going to end, but at least we're sitting in 2nd place. We are taking Dila Gori. Before we do that, we're going to take a short little trip to this Tenginzen Burjandanze. We're going to Georgia for this one. And here we are in Georgia, taking a look at the Dila Gori Stadium. I'm not sure of that spelling. I don't speak Georgian, but in terms of Georgia and where they are, we just zoom out a little bit. Actually, just do this one. It's actually easier to see in and around Georgia. It's near Tbilisi, which is the capital, just in there. Is Tbilisi Tbilisi is the capital of Georgia, isn't it? Yeah, it is. There we go. Sort of in the middle. We're not that far from Armenia or Azerbaijan or even in the north, which is, I guess, Russia? Or is it Estonia? I think it's Russia above us. I think it's all, this is all part of Russia. Yeah. I think Estonia is somewhere this side, if I'm not mistaken, up there. I don't know why I thought Georgia was near Belarus, Ukraine, that area. They're actually much further down. They're closer to, like, Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Syria, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, apparently. Anyway, that's where we're at. So let's see if there's some street view available for this one. Like I said, we're just outside of the capital in the city of Tsinkidi. That's the name of the city that we're in. Having a look at the aerial view. Let's see if there's some dots in the stadium. There's not, but there is some dots just in and around the stadium. So let's have a look at this dot. There's not even street view in Georgia, which is, I guess, weird. I don't know why I expected some street view. That's a nice little fountain. That's the stadium over there, and we've got a fountain. Can we? Is there a way to like see the pitch? No. Let's try one of the other dots. Maybe we get a bit more lucky on one of the other dots. There was one over there, which is a little bit far. Take a look what's happening. Oh, we're on the middle of... No, that was loading. I mean, it's another fountain, and it's a beautiful fountain. This lady looks tired. We can see the stadium in the background. I don't know what that is. But yeah, not a bad looking fountain. A nice grass and shrubbery, a kid riding a bicycle. Georgia seems like a nice place. There's one more dot next to another fountain at the bottom. I like to see fountains. This is not a fountain. This is, in fact, a big area that I suppose was once a fountain, because it looks like little jets here on the side. I'm guessing this used to shoot into there with water, by the looks of it. There's a jumping castle there, which is, this is actually closer to the stadium. So I think that is the back part of the stadium. I think that might be the scoreboard. But then there's a little slip and slide thingy there. You know what? Georgia looks nice. I wouldn't mind going to visit Georgia. What a lovely little place. Weird little away day, but let's go back to the game. For this game, I've decided we're going to go with the home tactic. It's a little bit more aggressive. We need to score some goals. So we're going to go with this one. We're going to go Spitels and Mugen ahead of Jorge Enrique, who did score a goal against Club Brugge. But we are going to give him a little bit. El Radi is going to replace Granada on that left-hand side. The rest of the squad are 100% fit and ready to play. We just need to take Verstappen off for Busten. So that is how it's going to start. Bosenga in goals, Kaduri, Mbongo, Mosipar, Van Alst, Jan Sharan, Busten, Zadakovic, Spitels, Morgan, and El Radi. We need to win this one. We need to desperately win this one. We'll keep a close eye on other results because we do need some results to go our way as well. Won't focus too much on them, but maybe at the halftime mark, we might have a look at the other results and see where we are and how we're doing. Of course, it is December in Georgia, and that means it does, in fact, snow a lot in Georgia. It snows a lot in Europe in December, and we are kind of like sort of central Europe, close to Russia, so ideally you're going to have snow. We need to win this. Like I said, we need to win. Feel like we don't need a big margin win, but obviously that'll always help us. But you know what, any points will do for us. They need to win this. They want to get into that playoff spot as well. So it is a big opportunity for both teams. We want to get to the automatic spots in the top 8. They want to get into the playoff spot. We can get to the automatic if just 2 teams above us lose and we win our game. Kaduri, cross inside. It is Zarkovic with a fantastic little finish. It is 1-0. Like I said, we're going with the home tactic. It's a little bit more aggressive. It's a little bit more in-your-face type of tactic. And it does overpower. And we do score a lot of goals when we have this tactic. And it's goals like this that Zarkovic was there to finish. If he missed it, I think Mugen would have managed to get that as well, because he was just behind him. He wasn't really much of a defender to speak of there. It is a very good tactic, and it is a tactic that so far is proving to be one that is maybe, potentially, hopefully going to get us into the top 8 of the Europa Conference League spots, at least. We just need to keep a hold of this lead. We can't let it slip. We've been a bit funny in the Conference League. Games that we should have won, like I feel like the Lefkia Sofia game we should have won, and we didn't. Maybe it was just because it was our first time in European football in a while for Antwerp. They didn't really register the magnitude of it. And then the Sturm Graz game, we just absolutely fell apart. And at the moment, our defense has just given a chance for Eduzi to take an opportunity. I think his injury hampered his finishing ability there, because that was absolutely shocking finishing ability from Eduzi. Bosanga was also injured now, their striker. They've picked up, they don't have a lot of players on their defense, and they've picked up 2 injuries. I'm guessing from the snow. We are a very aggressive team. We've had a couple of red cards and yellow cards already. That's going to be the half time. It is going to be 1-0. In terms of the live table, where are we currently? We're sitting in 7th currently. So 2 teams above us are losing, which is absolutely fantastic for us. One of them being Fenerbahce, which is great, and Club Brugge, which is even better for us, because that'll be nice if they don't make it to the automatic spots. But anyway, as it stands, we are going past the knockout phase straight into the round of 16. As it stands, I'm still not comfortable. Let's put it like that. I'm still not comfortable. No subs at halftime. Told the team they're doing well. We need to carry on. Shania for them. Nzembe brings in Basani and Nduzi. Bosani trying to find the winger. Mistake wrong. What was happening there? What was happening? He literally kicked the ball out of the keeper's hands. 100% kicked the ball out of the keeper's hands there. I feel like that's illegal. You cannot do things like that, right? Am I going mad? There again on the front foot, but Masipa will clean up the pieces. Already, we're looking at probably bringing off in a minute. Pusten with a, I was going to say a terrible pass, but it found its man in the end. Spatels is running it through. He's got Mugen in the box and Zarkovic. He's going to try and look for one of them. Pulls it all the way back to Jan Shoran with his first goal of the season, I think, as well. I don't think he scored a goal this season, but what a finish. Spotted the defensive midfield on the edge of the box. Doesn't venture that far up often, but when he does, he makes it count. Beautiful finish. Terrible goalkeeping. We'll take it. I want to say that's his first goal of the season. It is, in fact, his first goal of the season. Get in. Get in, you beautiful, beautiful man. Absolutely brilliant. That's a good finish. I enjoyed that one. That was a good one. It's always nice to see a new face get on the score sheet. I think in our starting 11, I think only Mbongo is the only one who hasn't actually scored now, and the goalkeeper, obviously. Ivsharan goes to the depots. Zarkovic. I think it's Masipa or Mbongo. One of them haven't scored yet. Kurduri. I could be wrong, and both of them have scored. Mugen, that's going to be sent. That's going straight to the bench. Mbongo has scored a goal. I think it's Masipa that hasn't. Yeah, okay, so it's Masipa. I knew one of them didn't. Anyway, that was shocking from Mugen. He's coming over. Jose Enrique coming on. Already looking tired. He's back from injury. I don't want to risk him too much. So Grania will come in there. Elsewhere, Van Elst is looking tired. Ferrari come in there. He's been quite a good little replacement when needed. Ferrari on that spot. In terms of the table, we can have a quick little gander at the table. We've moved up to 6th. That is some good news. We are sitting on top of the 12 pointers. So goal difference is playing a huge role in this one at the moment. 2 goals was what we needed to go top of that pile. And hopefully we can stay at the top of that pile come the next 15 minutes or so. And Sharon picks it up. Bustin finds Zakovic. I thought he was going to go over the top. He's decided against it. Passes it terribly to Spitals, but the defender made a big meal of it. Spitals now brings it into the box, finding Bustin. Couldn't keep his shot down to make it 3. But a much more positive outlook this game is looking for us. We are doing quite well. Bustin with the free kick. Finding Zakovic. Brings it across to Spitals. Beautiful ball in for Grania. It's fallen for Jorge Enrique. I think there might have been offside. I'm not sure. I think not. I think Grania was offside. No, he wasn't. That's gonna count. Just take a look at Grania here. Where's Grania? There's Grania. Hey, he was onside. And you know what? So was Jose Enrique. Doesn't matter. It counts. We're going to make some more swaps now. Yves Sharon is looking super tired out there. He is basically broken. We'll bring in Mustrat. And then I've got an option between Bustin or Kaduri. You know what? Bustin. Kaduri, you're missing the next game anyway because of suspension. So we'll give Bustin a bit of a rest and bring Verstappen in, who has performed quite well when called upon, considering that he was really our 3rd choice last season. He has stepped up quite a bit. In fact, he was our 4th choice last season in that midfield. Basega. This is Marcipa. Marcipa goes across to Grania. Did I not take Grania? Oh, I brought Grania on. Hey, Alradi was playing. Grania again. Pulls it back into the middle, falling around, bobbling a bit. Gabriel Massart. Just scored his first goal in Antwerp colours. Brilliant stuff from, I think it's actually 2nd goal of for the club. But a beautiful little tap here. Brought it back to Ferrari. Ferrari, I think, kind of just bobbed off his leg, and it just fell nicely for Massart, who does score his first goal for the season. I don't know if it's his first goal ever. I think he scored one last season. I think he played 1 game last season. Yeah, he was forced to play. But anyway, 4-0 victory. It leaves us in 6th place. We automatically get a knockout stage, which means we'll go straight to the round of 16, which is where we will see you guys next episode as well. We probably won't get the draw for quite some time, so you guys will probably be left in suspense until then. We just got $1 million for winning that game. Look at that. Was it for winning? Which is achieving 6th place, plus 100,000 for winning that game. Still doesn't help our transfer revenue. As much as I keep asking the board, they're not interested. We're still only 15%. I've been asked to increase the wage budget. I've been asked to increase everything. Can't adjust this. It's just not happening this season, apparently. But we've qualified for the round of 16. That is exactly what we wanted. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that video. We'll see you for the round of 16 next episode. Don't know who we're taking on. It's going to be a surprise for all of us. Yay! Hit subscribe, like, and tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Leave a comment or 2. Yeah, boy, the Vazslap is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.